Greetings to you. I'm Elijah Muhammad, the preacher of freedom, justice, and equality to you, my poor black people who has been lost in the wilderness of North America for the last 400 or more years. You, my dear beloved brothers and sisters that is listening to my voice on this album, I want that you pay good attention to it. Our subject is the judgment. Judgment has been taught, and we have been warned that it is a day coming that we all will be judged. And whosoever Allah have mercy upon, that person have a great reward bestowed upon him. Because we live in a world guided by the open enemy, the devil himself.
Greetings, Elder Brother Blacklight. The judgment. Pretend like we're in FOI, NGT, classes. We're going to break down and compare the teachings of this video and what's happening now. Connect the dots. One of the main lines that stands out to me is when the Honorable Elijah Muhammad tells us that we all will be judged. Another important statement, we're being guided by our open enemy. So everything, the way I see it, and don't forget, I was born into the nation in 1946. The last person I studied up under was the Supreme Minister John Muhammad, spiritual and blood brother of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. And me and him were kind of close because I had a program on a black man's radio station called Watkins Broadcasting Radio Station. And I had the Supreme Minister, I interviewed him about Master FARD, my mother, my grandmother, and my uncle were all in the nation. This was 1946 where I was born. So I know more than some of the brothers that came into the nation that is now 80 years old. They might be older than me. They came into the nation in the 60s. I was born into it. I was listening to the teachings in my mother's stomach. Now, I probably didn't know what I was listening to, but it all became clear to me now that the brothers and sisters that's on YouTube and that have temples are using the Honorable Elijah Muhammad's name and Allah and the President of Master FARD Muhammad, his name in vain, their names in vain. They're being guided by the open enemy, the devil. The devil is playing reverse psychology on them. And what's reasoning, what makes me think this, and what's the reasoning behind what I think? It's been over 40 years. I went over some of this on the last video, that the nation of Islam fragmented, fell apart. But they so busy checking Wallace and Farrakhan, they didn't check themselves. Now, during this period of time, I wasn't with nobody during this period of time. And I was just out there, but I wasn't wild. I never did go to jail to learn the teachings. I ain't saying I've spent overnight in the jail, but I didn't do no long periods of time in the jail. 3 or 4 days at the most. And I was always physically fighting the devil in my neighborhood. We ran the devils out our neighborhood. Our school system, we ran them out. Custer Post, Mumford. I was one of the first that went to Mumford High School. You see Eddie Murphy wearing it, Mumford High School, on his t-shirt in that movie. So not only did we whoop the devil's ass, I mean, we had actually whooped their ass in 1967. We ran them out the city. They don't want to talk about how Detroit got down because they don't want y'all to get no ideas. So, Detroit is the first city here in Michigan that Master FARD came to Black Bottom. Now let's connect these dots. At this time they're talking about water, shortage of water, shortage of food. This is one of the places where the Honorable Elijah Muhammad had a farm. They just told us the other day the water is contaminated. Don't catch no fish. So the lakes are contaminated because of flood. So the government is not upkeeping the inner workings of the sewer system. They're not upgrading them on purpose. So the brothers don't talk about that. All the brothers on, YouTube, you don't never see them talking against the government. They talking against themselves. So this is part 1. We're going to come back with it 2. I want you to be paying close attention. I want you to wake up to what's really going on. Allah's in charge. Vote for Allah.